Hello, welcome again to Cracking the Cryptic and another fascinating looking puzzle today. We'll get to that in a moment. Don't forget that you can check out our Patreon content and the Discord server where there are so many puzzles and chatting to try. There is also SUDOKU PAD, all our apps and the merchandise, all on the links under the video. But the first one is to this puzzle called Mini Maximum by Walking Writer. He's been a friend to the channel for a long time. We've done a number of his puzzles before, and I think it's been getting harder, but that might be just I'm getting slower. Who knows? Now, Walking Writer has been thinking about magic squares and the fact that they all add up to the same number if you add the digits in their rows, columns, and diagonals. And he's come up with a different idea today: minimum squares and maximum squares. So normal Sudoku rules apply. Exactly one of the 9 3x3 boxes is a minimum square, i.e. it's 3 rows, 3 columns and 2 diagonals summed to the smallest number possible. So let's just put in the numbers and work out what this means. So in this in this 3x3 box, those add up to 6, those add up to 15, those add up to 24. Well, that's going to be 45. These add up to 15. These add up to 15. No, hang on, they don't. Those add up to 12. These add up to 15. Those add up to 18. That's going to be 45. Again, we're up to 90. If we add the 2 diagonals, we've got 9, 14, 15, and 7, 5, 3 is another 15. So we're adding 15 and 15 to 90, we get to 120. Now, whatever the minimum number you can make a square like this add up to in that way, that occurs once in this box, in this puzzle in one of the boxes. Also, the maximum square occurs once in one of the boxes. So we're adding the digits, not the 3-digit numbers. We're not concerned about those. Then there's some extra rules. Digits connected by an X sum to 10, those connected by a V sum to 5, and the grey squares represent even digits. So that's all we get. Give it a try if you fancy it. I don't think you need to do a lot of maths in this, despite how it sounds and feels there. That's my assumption, but I don't know. I'm going to start now. Let's get cracking. Okay, we'll think about the squares in a moment, but first of all, I'm going to assume that we get so many even cells given because this is going to be a sort of odd even count puzzle. Yes, look, all of the 4 blues, there are going to be only 4 blues representing even numbers in every row, column and box, because 2, 4, 6, 8 are the Sudoku numbers that are even. So in this row, we've got all 4 blues. So everything else is odd, and I'm going to use orange for that. These are, for some reason, the colours we traditionally use for odd and even. Now, X is always a pair of the same parity because it's an even number and it takes either 2 odd numbers to add together or 2 even numbers. V, on the other hand, is always a pair of different parity. Oh, that's an X as well, and that's a V. So we're getting some cells filled in there. Now, what I've just noticed is column 9. We've got 3 evens already, and this V has 1 even and 1 odd on it. Now, that'll be the 4th even. Everything else in the column will therefore be odd. And we might be able to, yes, we can do that in column 1 as well. This V has an even on it, so that'll be the 4th even. These must all be odd. And now this is on an X, so that goes with an odd on an X, and there we get the even. So this is working a bit now. Now we may have to box a little cleverer. Oh, that's quite a good pun, almost. That is even, I've only just noticed that. Ah, yes. No, I was going to say these can't be odd. Then it's a V, so they're obviously not both odd. One is odd and one is even, and that'll be the 4th odd in the box. Okay, I don't know what to do with that. Here we've got 2 odds and an even to go. The even could be the 4th even in row 6 or not. Oh, my theory that this is that we're going to do a lot of colouring before we think about anything else is rather blown. I'm a bit stuck here. There we've got one even and one odd. Okay, I'm going to think about the squares now. So what I think about these squares is that the rows and the rows are always going to add up to 45 because you're counting every digit from 1 to 9 once each. The columns are always going to add up to 45 because you're counting every digit from 1 to 9 once each. It's the diagonals that are going to make the difference. Now, how are we going to get minimum diagonals, minimum digits on the diagonal? Well, this is the cell we're counting twice on the diagonal, the central one. So that has to be the minimum possible digit in the minimum square. That has to be a 1. I'm just going to fill it in this box so we can see what it's going to look like. Then we're counting all of these once each, so they're going to have to be the minimum numbers. I'm not even going to work out what this all adds up to if you count the rows and the columns and the boxes and the diagonals. I'll do that at the end. But I think this must be how it works. So a minimum square is going to look like this, with a 1 in the center, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the corners, and therefore 6, 7, 8, 9 in those cells. And a maximum has surely got to be the exact opposite. It's got to look like that, with a 9 in the middle, 8, 7, 6, 5 in the corners to be counted once each. I reckon that's got to be it. So let's look at this grid and see. Yes, okay, well, obviously these two cells are ruled out of having a 1 or 1 and 9 in the middle at all, because they've got an even cell in the center. Right, well, if we look at that version, and I mean it works the same for both, what we notice is that we have an odd number in the middle and we have 2 odds and 2 evens in the corners. So this isn't going to work as one of those boxes because there's 3 evens in the corners and there are 3 evens here. So I'm just going to mark with a random purple cell boxes that cannot possibly be our minimum or maximum. Now, are there any others? This one can't be a maximum because of the V. Ugh. Okay, I want to think about the minimum and maximum ones first. They've got to have a 1 or a 9. This is ugly marking. Let's not do that. Let's just remember that these boxes have all been ruled out and concentrate on the 3 top ones. Trouble is, I think I need more information to rule any in or out, don't I? No, actually I don't. Or do I? I was just going to say this can't be because this V cell would have to be a 1 for this to be a minimum. Then that would be 3 and 5. You'd have 2 and 4 there. Actually, maybe that could be. What about this? Again, the V marks this as low, so you'd have a 1 there, a 3, 5 there. Ah, no, you can't have a V in the box, of course, for a minimum. Oh, well, that's interesting. So the minimum can't, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are spread across there, the V would have to have a non 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in it, which is impossible. Actually, that works for the maximum as well. Oh, I'm so slow. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. There's all, yes, in these arrangements, there's always going to be 1 high and 1 low touching the V. And that can't work. The V has to be 2 low cells. So none of these boxes are possible either. So now the boxes that aren't possible are all of these and all the boxes with V's in. And straightforwardly, suddenly, we have identified the boxes that are minimum and maximum. We don't know which is which, but they're here. So those cells are odd. Now, they have between them, in these columns, they have 4 odd and 4 even cells. Now, in column 6, there can only be a maximum of 1 even, I think, because 3 evens are already gone. Yes. So there'll be and 1 even is gone in column 4. So we're definitely going to need 1 even in column 6. Don't know how to do this though. Ah, yes, around this center, there's going to be 2 evens and 2 odds in the other polarity digits. And this is the other box. Now, there's going to be 2 evens and 2 odds. Oh, this has to be low because of this. V, yes. So this is a 1. This is one of the cells that's getting counted. Now, I don't know whether that's 2, 3, or 4. It's not 5, obviously. So these are low. They're both low, and we are counting. Why did I... Hang on. I'm colouring odd and even. I'm not colouring low and high. Okay. Calm down, Mark. So... Oh, one of these has to be odd. That's useful, because we've already got 3 evens in this box. So at least, and indeed at most, because of the column, one of these is odd. So that's an odd-even pair. The rest of those in box 5 are odd. Much more importantly, these 2 become even in column 5. These 2 become odd because there's always 2 even and 2 odd, both contiguous and diagonal from this. Now this is the 1, and these are high digits, so that is a 7 and 9. It's 2, 3, 4, 5 in the corners. So this is 6 and 8. That's 2 or 4. This is the 9 up here with low digits touching it, 1 and 3, and high digits in the corner. So that's 6 or 8. Now this is interesting now. Things have changed and we've got a little bit of information. These are from 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, have we done anything else in rows and columns now? I bet we have, and I can't see it. Maybe not. These are from 5, 6, 7, 8 as well. Put in the possibilities. That's a 3. That's a 1 because of this 1 down here. So there's got to be a 1 in those cells, and there's only one of them that is odd. There it is. There's a 3 and a 9 in those 2. This is 5 or 7. Oh, 3 and the 9 fix this 7 and 9 down here. Goodness, I didn't expect all this to just come together a bit. These are from 2, 4, 5, and 7. I don't know that putting in these numbers actually helps much, which might be a bit churlish to say, but... Ah, look at this V. That can't be a 1, so it's 2, 3, or 4, but this can't be a 3. So theoretically it's 1, 2, or 4, but 4 won't work, so it's 1 or 2, and that's 3 or 4 up here. Unfortunately, I don't know the parities still. 2, I don't know the parities going across here either. But maybe I know something about V's or X's. Right, this is on a V, and it's even, so it's 2 or 4. This is 1 or 3. This is 7 or 9. This is on a V, and it's even. It's 2 or 4, that's 1 or 3. This is 6 or 8. This, don't know, or do I? I was going to say those are not the same version but there's no negative constraint, so I don't know that. That's 2, 3, or 4 because it's on a V. Oh, those are all low. Hang on. No, it's not low. I'm doing even. That's a 2, 3, 4 triple though. So everything else is 5, 6, 7, 8 in the row. The odd one over here is clearly 5 or 7. It's not getting me anything else, is it? I don't think so. I don't know what that is. I'm definitely missing some point here. That's 2, 3, or 4 because it can't be 1. Oh, that's a pair though that Oh, those are different. Those are a 1, 2, 3, 4 group, because those two see that cell. So it has to come, if those were 2 and 3, that couldn't be 2 or 3. That would be 1 or 4. If that was 1 and 4, this would be 2 and 3. So that is, I'm going to just yellow mark that as a group of 1, 2, 3, 4. Trouble is, I don't know if that actually helps. 3, those can't be 3s because we've got, and that's become even suddenly. It's 2 or 4, that's all that's left. How interesting. Okay, so that's blue, and this is orange. Is 1 or 3 there. That makes a pair in the box. If that's even, it's only given me 3 evens in the column. Bother. Hasn't affected this. Let's get rid of the yellow colouring. I'm just going to remember that this is a set of 4. I don't think it actually it informs the solve a bit in that all those 4 cells see these 2, so they can't be low. They are from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This odd one is clearly 5, 7 or 9. Three odds already. Whatever that is in one of those cells and has to be in one of those 2. I don't think this is not quite how to do it. That's 2, 3 or 4. So 1, 2 or 3 up here. There's a 1, 2, 3, 4 group. So that is 6 or 8 now. That's 5, which it can't be, or 7 or 9. That puts 1 or 3 here. Now I've got a pair. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9 as well, but it's not getting close. Oh, it is getting close to forming a quintuple. Be nice to know whether these were 6 8s or 2 4s, but I don't really have a way into that. 1, 3, 9. There's a 5 or a 7 here. That's not useful. 7 must be there somewhere, so it's definitely in one of those 2. Just feel like I haven't quite got enough information to finish off the colouring, and that I can't get it at this point. But I don't. Also, I think the colouring is absolutely essential to disambiguating the digits. So I'm feeling in a bit of a cleft stick at the moment. 7, 1 and 9 are all looking at that, so it's 3 or 5. 1, 3, 7 or 9. So if that was odd, it would definitely be a 5. Three is there somewhere and there somewhere. So it's got to be in one of these 3 cells. Oh, come on. Let's think of something. Or have I got some Sudoku? Maybe this 1, 3, 2, 4 is better than I'm understanding. Don't know. I just don't feel it is particularly. Oh, if that couldn't be. This is a different identity from this V pair. Maybe the identity of these matters. Okay, let's colour them differently. That's a yellow one. That's a purple one. That's a yellow one. Ah, so these 2 add up to 5. That's a purple one, just while I'm doing this. Yes, this is yellow and that's yellow. And any two yellows that see each other add up to 5. So that has to be odd. That's a 3. Goodness, that took some doing. I don't feel I did that very cleverly, but I did do it. So that's blue. This is a 2 if those two add up to 5. That's good. Okay, that's in. That's a 3 up there. Let's get rid of the yellow now. And these purple ones are 1-4 pairs. 1-4, that's a 2. This is a 1-4 pair. We know the order. Okay, well that is suggestive that we're doing the right thing now. Let's get rid of purple because I want to make sure I'm doing the odd even colouring now, because something... Ah, no, maybe it's just Sudoku now. It gives me a 2 there and a 4 there. That means one of these is a 2 and the other is 5 or 7. That's a 2, 5, 7 triple. These are 4, 6, 8, but this one can't be a 4. The 2 in this column is now going to have to be here. So that's coloured. Those are a 3, 5 pair or pair of oranges. This one sees 4 blues, so it's 5. These are from 6, 7, 8, and one of them's a 7 and one of them's even. Bother. Ah, 4 is looking across at that. So 3 and 2, we can colour those. 2, 2, we need a 2 in box 1, row 1, there it is, it's blue. That's all the blues in the top row, so that's orange, that's a 7. And that's not, and is blue. Wow, this is so interesting that that falls apart in this way. That was quite complex, I think. It wasn't the way I was expecting to do it at all. Right, that's not a 3. It's 4, 6, or 8, as is that. They're both even is the point there. We've got all 4 evens in this box, so this one's odd. That is also 5, 7, or 9. Ah, 3 is looking at that cell. Don't know how long that has been the case for. 5 is now looking at that. 7, 9 pair. That becomes 5. This is a 7, 9 pair down here. Sorry, accidentally cleared the colour. These are both blue from 4, 6, or 8, as is that one. Neither of these can be 2, so neither can be 8. That's a 4, 6 pair. That becomes an 8 because it sees a 4, 6 pair. And we can fill in, maybe we can finish this a bit like a trio Sudoku now. Or just a straight odd even Sudoku. I say trio because I find them quite easy to do for some reason. Oh, that's on an X, 8 there, 6 there. I don't know about that yet. This sees 2, 4, 6, and 8, so it's orange. 2, 3, 4. We need a 4 in this box. It's got to be there. We need an 8 in one of those cells. I can't do that, but that's not 8. We need a 6 or an 8 up here. That's tricky. Only one blue there, so only one blue here. This is blue, yes. If I could just count column 2, I could have done that. So we've got lots of 6, 8s to resolve. Ah, this is a 4, so that's not. In fact, that's a 6. So I can finish this box in terms of its blueness. We get a 2 in one of those cells. That's orange. That's orange. This is blue and is 8. We need a 6 in the row. It's got to be here. That's blue. That's orange. Am I going to finish the colouring, or am I left with these 2 dominoes? I think I am. That's quite funny. Oh no, I can put 8 in here. There we go. So, oh, now I've still got this to untangle. So that's orange. Maybe I'm left with these 2 dominoes. That's a 6. We need a 2. Oh, that's weird. Okay, I'm uncolouring those. And that's the dominoes I'm left with. Now, surely I can finish off all the even digits that I've got marked. 8. Yes, I can. 8, 6. So they're all done, apart from the last 2 2s to go in there. Right, how are we off for... That's a 7 or a 9. For odd digits, that's a 5. I've totally forgotten the rules, but I think we dealt with that early on, and it just doesn't matter after that. 4, 6, 8, although I will still... Oh, hang on, this, yeah, okay, that's a 1, that's all right. This is 7 or 9. Oh, that's an X that I haven't looked at. This one can't... Oh, not much is ruled out of this X. That is 5 or 9, so that's a pair. 7 there, right. 1 is ruled onto the X. That gives us a 9 there. That's going to fix this as a 7. Got another X. Oh, I've got a V and an X over here that I haven't been using. Honestly, there we go. 3, 9. Now, that's become a 5. That's become a 2, so we've got our last bit of colouring is totally available now. 3, 5, that's a 1. I think everything is available and we're finishing off. What an interesting puzzle. Again, like so many recently, I will just colour these before I finish that last thing. Oh, it's not the last thing because I've just found a 7 and 9 down here. There we go, and this is a 9 and we're finished. Right, perfect. And what is, so we had the minimum and the maximum sum, so let's add them up. Obviously those add up to 45, these add up to 45, we're up to 90. Now that's a 23 and that's a 21, that's another 44. So the maximum sum is 124. The minimum sum, we've got the 90 again in rows and columns, then we've got 6 and 10, so that's 16 to add to 90 is 106. So each box total must always vary between 106 minimum, 124 maximum. We've found all of those. Let's just check. Yeah, none of the others have a 1 or a 9 in the middle, so none of them can be... In fact, I think they... Oh no, apart from that, they all have an even digit in the middle. Very interesting, very unusual puzzle and solved unusually, but that was good fun. Not too difficult, actually, in the end. Thanks to Walking Writer. Thank you for watching, as always, and for any kind comments you care to make, for the constructor especially, who has created this for us to play. Lovely puzzle. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.